Suella Braverman has been sacked by Rishi Sunak following her comments about the pro-Palestine demonstrations, where she's described them as hate marches and where some of those in the media and in politics have been attempting to link her words to the scuffles that we witnessed during the last demonstration, where almost 100 far-right activists were arrested by police. I think it is safe to say that the Conservative Party have well and truly shot themselves in the foot. There can be no dispute about this. Now, Rishi Sunak has been reshuffling his cabinet, or shall we say, rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic, which is what it looks like at this moment. He has made James Cleverly the new Home Secretary, and in quite a shocking move, he has made David Cameron the new Foreign Secretary. David Cameron, who has not been in politics for years. David Cameron, who was not even a member of the House of Lords up until very recently, when he accepted the position of Foreign Secretary. Now, why has Rishi Sunak made this move with David Cameron? Now, in my personal opinion, this is to try and salvage a failed government who has failed the British people and who have failed the country. Whatever anyone thinks of David Cameron, he is a very good statesman and will probably go down very well on the international community. However, he is probably not going to go down very well with the British public. There is absolute uproar on social media about what has happened to Suella Braverman. Rishi Sunak and these Conservative politicians don't seem to realise is that Suella Braverman was speaking for the majority of Conservatives. That's what she was doing. She has highlighted very real concerns from the people which have been largely ignored by the government. The problem of thousands upon thousands of strange men coming into this country illegally by boat has been going on for a while, and Suella Braverman has spoken out vociferously about this. She has spoken out about the pro-Palestine demonstrations, which many of us have been speaking out about. Now, we have seen some truly horrific footage from these demonstrations. There are a great many people in this country, myself included, and pretty much everyone who has been witnessing these demonstrations and seeing the atrocious acts that we have been seeing, such as, take a look at this. This woman holds up a sign with photos of Sunak and Braverman in coconuts. Now, this is a racist sign, right? But she marches freely. Now take a look at this one. Right. Now, if that isn't racist, I do not know what is. And this is just a couple of many racist signs, anti-Semitic signs, terrorist supporting signs that we have witnessed on this march. We have seen fireworks being thrown at police officers. We have seen footage where an elderly British couple were accosted in a London train station by pro-Palestine demonstrators, clearly being very intimidating. What did the police do when they got there? They manhandled the elderly British man. And why were they accosted? Because they were wearing pins for Remembrance Weekend. This is extremely unjust. It has been taking place the last few weekends, and our Home Secretary, Suella Braverman, spoke out about it, voiced the opinions of many people in this country, and what did they do? They got rid of her for it. Linking her to, they say, far-right groups. Are there not many of us out there who are really against these demonstrations? Are there not majority of people in this country totally against the fact that this demonstration went ahead on Remembrance Weekend, on Armistice Day, the day that we are supposed to honour those who fought and died for us, and yet we had hundreds of thousands of people marching in London? What did the police do? They have no problem arresting as many of these far-right people as they want, and yet they cannot arrest people who are calling for jihad on our own streets. And by getting rid of Suella Braverman, what they have done is they have shown every single one of us, which is the majority, that our opinion doesn't count, that our opinion doesn't matter, and that respect for this country doesn't matter. That is what Sunak and his government have done. Now, I saw the MP Tobias Ellwood speaking on the TV earlier. Says the most shocking things, in my opinion. Now, here's what he said. We win elections when we fight these battles from the centre ground. When you move to the right, you vacate that centre ground and gift it to the opposition. Could you be any more disconnected from the British public, Mr. Elwood? It's actually the opposite, you see, because the Conservative Party have moved so far away from the right that we don't even think they're centre ground anymore. In fact, we don't even know what they are anymore, ever since they removed our democratically elected Prime Minister Boris Johnson, and then removed Liz Truss, who was voted in by the members, over Rishi Sunak, and decided to install Sunak anyway. That was when a great deal many of us lost faith in the Conservative Party, because it was then that they showed they've no respect for the very people who put them in power in the first place. It will be a miracle if the Conservative Party win the next election. And this is their own fault. They have done this to themselves, and the consequences that come will be of their own doing. I have a message for those Conservative politicians who have so little respect for the people who put them in power in the first place. You have betrayed Britain, and you have betrayed the British public. As much as you try and gaslight us, you cannot destroy British spirit, you cannot subdue it, and you cannot eradicate it. It will come back stronger time and time again, as history has proven, and as will happen now. It appears that you have forgot the most important thing about being a politician. We do not work for you, you work for us. It has become very clear that we need a new political party, one that truly represents us, one which doesn't remove politicians who actually speak for us, one which doesn't remove prime ministers that we elect in. We need a new party who understands the concept of respect, both for democracy and for the British people. Who knows who that party will be? But for Britain, it has absolutely got to happen.
Have you got what it takes to be a reasoned presenter? Well, send us a short clip of yourself to join@reasoned.uk and we might be seeing you on this very channel very soon indeed.